Okay, going straight into the Ghanaian Observer. Voters ID, government charges EC and police to enforce COVID-19 protocols. Economist lauds government over CD performance. Government implementing holistic approach to irrigation in the north. That's according to the minister. Kwewu Traditional Council bans the NDC. NPP backs the EC's move to register SHS students on campuses.
Kwewu Traditional Council does what?
They ban NDC.
Okay. All right.
My people.
Oh, my word. Right then, Daily Graphic has these. Protectors at receiving end. COVID-19 hits hard at health workers. 779 contract the virus and 9 lose their lives. Government not selling Kotoka International Airport, according to the aviation minister. Ambulance service responds to 2,797 COVID-19 cases. Special voters registration for SHS students starts today. On the back page, government's One Village, One Dam initiative for multi-purpose use. I interviewed this minister about it, Dr. Nura Gele. Also, Gele actually said is the correct pronunciation of his last name. Minister of Roads and Highways commends contractor on Koforidua Town roads.
Okay, Kojo, so on the back page of the Ghanaian Times, WAEC takes measures to protect WASI and BEC candidates from COVID-19. Let me tell you very briefly about some of these measures. The invigilators will be given gloves to help them thoroughly search the candidates. There'll be alcohol-based sanitizers available for the invigilators and the students. They'll both, the invigilators and students, will be required to wash their hands with soap and running water. The council will make sure the halls contain at least 25 students. I'm sure the graphic is, the Times is trying to say at most 25 students. And then, of course, the wearing of face mask is mandatory for candidates. So really nothing out of what has become the new normal, honestly. And I have completely mixed feelings about this whole SHS, WAEC, WASI, all of that. But anyway, on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, Noguchi to ramp up COVID-19 testing as more kits, lab equipment and supplies arrive to address testing hiccups. COVID-19, the minority is asking government to close down schools, stop COVID-19 spread in SHS. Direct, okay, Kojo, this is why I'm laughing. There's two headlines next to each other, right? Stop COVID-19 spread in SHS's President directs task force, and then there's the EC to start the special registration of SHS students.
I get it.
Okay. Yeah, so okay, I'll just leave it there. Ghana's COVID-19 case count up to 23,463, 129 deaths, 80,600. Actually, let me not leave it, Kojo. Let me actually just not leave it. So the president is directing the task force to stop the COVID-19 spread in SHS, and the EC is going on to register final year students for the voters registration starting from today. And
still, we have no plan. Still, we have no understanding of how we're managing the virus around these arrangements. Okay, so nobody has said to us that, okay, this is how we intend to do it. We've noticed the problems with the registration exercise. We've noticed the problems with the free SHS, the final SHS year SHS. So we are going to do this to mitigate them both as we bring them together.
They've told you what they're going to do.
No,
wash hands, sanitizer, face mask, social distance.
But isn't that what they've been doing and
the numbers have been rising?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, maybe.
I don't get it. So a friend of mine was asking me that, do I think that the students were asked to go back to school so that it makes it easier to register them? And then it was funny because another friend answered and said, well, that may not exactly have been the brightest thing, because when we're voting, they may not be in school. So are they going to travel to their registration centers to vote? Or how is that going to work, really?
12th December is supposed to be term time.
Okay, right.
But the point is, does that mean that they will reopen schools?
But if they've written WASI, they will finish
writing WASI.
Exactly. So are they going to go back to the schools to vote? And if not, then
why are you going to register them in school?
If not, then why are they in school?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your paper.
They are not in school to write the exam.
They're in school to write. Were they in school to write the exam, or they're in school to register? They're in school to write the exam, right?
You tell me.
Yeah, well, we're not too sure, but your paper.
Okay, all right. I suddenly miss Winston because
he'll be the voice of calm and be looking at us quietly.
He would have stopped us before we got there. All right, then. So let's do the Chronicle. And by the way, can we call him? Can we check on him?
Yes, definitely. Yep. When we're done with the headlines, I'll call him.
All right, then. So the Chronicle has this Proverbs 28, verse 5. Evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand it completely. Anyway, physically challenged smashes judge's car with his crutches at court premises during proceedings, and the car looks like it's been battered and bruised. Also, receiver of Capital Bank doubts certificates issued by 3 companies, and Brekun chiefs ban political campaigns. And that's it for the 779 health workers contract COVID-19 is also on the front page of the Chronicle. That's it. On the front page of the Daily Guide, Mahama sparks fury over his veep. Now, ex-President Mahama has managed to, stick his fingers into the fufu while the soup wasn't ready. So he went on social media and tweeted, this is what he said: "We have shown that we are willing to let women take their place and be part of decision making at the highest level." And of course, the feminists and women came at him, especially because of the use of the phrase "willing to let women." One person said, "It's as though women have no autonomy and you decide when their time has come." There were so many reactions. Who else would have been credible enough in your party? So many reactions, Kojo, to that. And so I guess what he meant as an encouraging tweet has kind of turned around to bite him in the back. I think that the move to make Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman his running mate was a good enough move that silence would have still,
yes, as opposed to, this willing to let, this is kind of, but anyway, so that's one of the headlines on the front page of the Daily Guide. Atu Essie's trial begins. Essential registers at Bantama. There's that story which we'll talk about a little later. Kwewu chiefs angry over NDC river case. So that's it. Okay, on the back page, Kotoko can...
That's why they are not allowing them.
Yes. On the back page, Kotoko can develop Messi, and they're talking about Matthew Kujo, who... There's this guy in Kotoko, this young guy who is fantastic. I've seen him play. Absolutely fantastic. So they're calling him, like the Messi of Ghanaian football. So they're just saying, yeah, exactly.
Messi.
Okay, Kojo. It's okay, Kojo. You do your paper. It's okay. It's okay.
Good morning to all of you listening on Love FM. We love you ever so much. The new weekend crusading guide has these. Minister dispels privatization fears, says there's no plan to lay off workers. Privatize Ghana Airport Company Limited. UPSA makes giants, and by the way, that is no plan to lay off workers or privatize, but it's a headline, so the or isn't there. UPSA makes giant strides, appoints first female registrar, gets top global ranking. Congratulations on the global ranking, and it's good to also see more women taking up big top positions in universities. Okay, Accra Zabarma chief calls on Sultan of Kumasi. And GOC has no records of 2014 Commonwealth Games list. That's the GOC president speaking.
Right, okay.
Okay, give chiefs monthly salaries. Achim Kwabing chief lobbies government.
Okay, wow. Business and Financial Times. Government is implementing a holistic approach to irrigation in the... What? Yeah, you missed it, didn't you?
What? Sankabum.
No. Okay, another headline. To speed up infrastructural development, Africa must limit political pressure on procurement process, improve transparency, and control corruption. Airport company is debt-ridden. That's according to Aviation Minister. Needs partner to make aviation hub dream possible. Sale, privatization, management, takeover, layoffs, not true. That's it on the front page of the Business and Financial Times.
Thank you. I've got the Daily Statesman, and COVID-19 mobile testing starts soon as government urges strict observance of protocols. Also, NDC banished from Kourou for disrespect, and this is what we talked about earlier. Kotoka International Airport not sold, says Aviation Minister. And that's it for the Daily Statesman.
On the front page of the Finder, mobile testing of COVID-19, 100,000 to 300,000 tests to be conducted. Government admonishes EC, security agencies and citizens on COVID-19 protocols. 779 health workers contract COVID-19, 9 dead. EC to start registering of SHS students today. And on that issue of SHS students, a friend of mine, well, I don't actually know who it is, but they've texted me and they said it's public knowledge that students will have the opportunity to transfer their votes at that time.
Oh.
So I mean, if that's the case, then fine, but it still doesn't change the arguments that it just doesn't seem right to be doing all of this when we really haven't gotten the whole COVID-19 situation.
I want to hear,
and that's my opinion, which I'm
by the way, which is fine, you're entitled to. But you see, the thing is that these are institutions like the Ghana Education Service and the Electoral Commission coming together to do this. But COVID-19 is a health problem. So I would like to hear the health administration saying that, okay, we've seen the problems with the registration, we've seen the problems with the kids being in school. This is what we're doing to ensure that when these two things are done together, we don't have more problems. You know, I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
But just hearing the EC announcing we're going into the schools, that's it. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Because the EC and the Ghana Education Service have had difficulties in sticking to the protocols. Now they're coming together. Hey, how important is it that these people are registered while they are in school?
Almost as important as me calling Churchill to find out what's going in Hohoy with the ballot box that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to go and do that. And
all right, let me do the online review brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. Now, going cashless has never been this convenient and exciting. Goyle e-payment system is now compatible with GH Link, the national payment platform. So now you can use your GH Link card on Goyle point of sale machines, and of course you can use it to purchase fuel. So GH Link cards will offer additional payment options for the purchase of fuel, and every time you buy fuel, it will be recorded automatically on your monthly bank statement, which will help you as the card holder to keep track of your expenses. They're thoughtful of them, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Now, you can go ahead and use your GH Link card to buy fuel at all and all lubricants from any of Goyle's over 400 stations across the country. Go cashless and protect yourself and stick to all the COVID-19 protocols in these times, okay? All right, now, where are we? Goyle, Good Energy, Goyle, Yanara, Yendia. Now, sending money to customers on other mobile money networks is free, absolutely free, on Vodafone. Thank goodness for that. And what it means is that in addition to being able to send any amount at all from one Vodafone user to the other, you can also send 100 cedis or less across to any other network free of charge. Okay? Free. So, sending 100 Ghana cedis or less is free. Sending money between Vodafone Cash customers free. Across are easy and free on Vodafone Cash. So what are you waiting for? Vodafone Cash is the best platform for sending money, and you don't have to worry about charges because, well, like I said, it's free. Dial star 110 hash and send money via Vodafone Cash now. Ready? Now, let's see what's on myjoyonline.com. Over 2,700 Ghanaians signed petition demanding Domelevu's recall. Over 2,700 Ghanaians. All right. Disregard the lies. Jean Mensa has not tested positive for COVID-19. That's from the Electoral Commission. Why are people like this? Hey. Anyway, by the way, the Electoral Commission is doing something today, okay? They're doing a press conference, a virtual press conference, and you can certainly be a part of it if you have questions for the EC. Join in and interact with them live on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So they'll be on Facebook Live and Instagram Live from 10 a.m. today, and they are giving an update on the ongoing voters registration exercise, and you can certainly join them there and get interactive with them, ask them any any questions that you have. Should be good. Okay, back to the online review, and all set for Joy ballot box on July 10 in Hohoe. We'll be telling you a bit more about that. That's why Winston is in Hohoe, and we'll be talking to him a bit later. VIP bus plunges into River Oti. It looks bad. It looks bad. And we started well, but we need a different response. Ablakwa on Ghana's COVID-19 fight, and he said that yesterday, right here on the Super Morning Show. CityNewsroom.com has National Council of PTA kicks against voter registration at SHSs. That's the National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations. Voter registration, SHSs will be assigned to gazetted centers. This is a clarification of the EC to respond to questions of whether or not it's legal to create new registration centers at these SHSs. Okay, over 2,600 individuals signed petition for reversal of Domelevo's leave directive. City Newsroom reporting 2,600. My journal line says 2,700. And voters ID, nothing wrong with registering SHS students in schools, according to the NPP. Yeah, the NPP agrees with the EC. Okay, study finds evidence coronavirus can spread across the placenta to the fetus. This is on CNN.com, and it's really not the news you want to hear, but apparently this is true. Chinese officials warn of unknown pneumonia in Kazakhstan that is deadlier than coronavirus. No. 2020. Honestly, we can't do. Anyway, BBC News Africa has U.S. warns Sahel nations over extrajudicial killings. A dam on the Nile is making lots of heat but no power. Africa's top shots, ballet jumps, and a mother's joy. There's a beautiful story there of African ballet dancing children. It's wonderful. Dogs unearthing children's graves in Mozambique. That's a macabre story. And Egypt serial sex attacks prompt law change. All right, so that's it for the online review, and we've got Churchill. Brother, good morning.
Oh, Kojos.
Charlie, we've missed you, eh? We wish you were here to instill some sanity. Oh dear.
We're currently in the Volta region, to be precise, like you stated, waiting patiently for the show tonight, starting at 5 p.m. The Joy ballot box starting today, and I just can't wait. And I know Hohoe and its environs also can't wait. Lots of people have been calling us; they want to be part of it. Unfortunately, it's strictly by invitation. But they can all watch and listen to it. Watch it on Joy News and listen to it on Joy FM.
Tell us about how things have shaped up so far since you got there. You know, the process of ballot box is unique, isn't it? You take the boxes and you put them in the community, and you ask people to do what?
To actually tell us issues that are going to be influencing the choices they make come December 7, 2020. They have just done that, so we put the ballot boxes at the Hohoe Road Municipal Assembly, the Hohoe Police Station. We also put one at the Kwango Municipal Assembly and the Afajato South Police Station to collate issues that would influence voter choices come December 7. And we have, voting ended yesterday. We've collated the results, and so that said, we'll be setting the agenda. And could you just tell you something? Because I know you'll be talking about COVID-19 today. Look, we've been engaging with market women, Kojo, and I was surprised. They say one of the issues that would influence the choices they make is the party that has the best of policies in resolving COVID-19 so their children can go back to school. Can you imagine?
Wow, that is important. Yes. Okay, so in Hohoe, people are concerned and they are expecting the state to have, or whichever party wins power, to have a plan to deal with COVID-19.
Exactly. They say, they want to see their children go to school, but they also would want to see their children safe in schools. So what is the plan? And they want, the parties to tell them how they intend to solve this. And for them, it's one of the most important things that would decide how they vote in the December elections. Of course, the road is very important, and many persons, over 20% of voters have been talking about the poor nature of the roads. They want to see the roads fixed. And I used it myself. I saw it, Kojo.
It's bad.
Is believing.
It's bad. That's the same road I came back from the OT region on. And by the way, I'm going to send you a location for some fantastic fufu. Okay, you remember the fufu I had, and I was sending you guys videos.
Oh yes,
that fufu is legendary. Yeah, so I'll send you a location for that. But let's talk about these roads, okay? Because these are the Eastern Corridor roads.
Yes.
Have we not heard a leader in the past say that they were 80% complete?
Well, Coach, we've had lots of issues about the Eastern Corridor road, but when I used the road on Wednesday, so right from Asikuma through to Chibu, to a bit of a Peki, through to Peki to Chibu, then you get onto the poor nature of the road, and it was just poor until you get to Godiepe, which is about 2 kilometers better, and then you get to Hohoe. Kojo, if anybody told you that the road was 60 to 80% complete, I am not sure that stretch was Peki to Hohoe stretch. It probably might be another stretch. Other stretches were also done that have been awarded in other lots, but the stretch from Peki to Hohoe is certainly not 60% complete. If my math serves me right, I can't even say it's 30% complete.
Yeah, well, I would agree with you, having used that route. And I mean, it's like you're trying to drive across the surface of the moon, crater after crater after crater, and when it rains, it becomes impassable. It's literally a river. Because some of these potholes are so deep and they continue for so long, and the edges are so sharp that if you're driving any kind of sort of saloon car, forget it. I don't know how your bus made it. Honestly, that road is
well. Jojo, I'll tell you something. When I return on Monday, what happened on our journey here?
Oh dear! Oh no! Oh no, Churchill, not again!
Oh no!
Okay, good. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right, listen, stay safe, brother. And look, we're all going to be watching you guys tonight. We can't wait to find out what the people of Hohoe are expecting from leadership in the run-up to this election. Leadership of both parties. Yeah,
let me just say that, we're expecting all parliamentary candidates for the 3 constituencies, including Energy Minister John Peter Amewu, a member of parliament for Bando, that's Delaso, a member of parliament for Afajato South, that's Honorable Laute, and their parliamentary candidate, Jimmy Chris for Bando, as well as Flolu Etonam for Afajato South, and Professor Margaret Kweku for Hohoe, who's contesting John Peter Amewu.
Wonderful. We can't wait for it. And, of course, it'll be live on the Joy News channel right here in multimedia. So everybody will stay tuned to that. Winston, we wish you the very best of luck. Go and find that fufu place, okay, and tell me what
I will. Send me the location.
All right. There you go, Churchill, our fufu correspondent, out there on the ballot box. Of course, this is a very, very important part of our programming in the run-up to the election. And it's your chance to tell those who want to lead you what they need to do. Okay, so there's more. Right now, though, the BBC News, and then we'll get to it.
In the neighboring state of Madhya Pradesh on Thursday, and the police said they were bringing him